Many people have been left devastated by the heartbreaking news that has just been shared. Guy Penrod, the beloved gospel singer whose powerful voice has touched millions across the globe, is now walking through one of the most difficult and painful seasons of his life. His wife spoke about the situation with deep emotion, and his family confirmed that something truly sorrowful has taken place. For longtime admirers who have leaned on his songs in times of need, this update feels personal, almost as if grief has found its way into their own homes. For decades, Guy has been a voice of faith, hope, and reassurance. Through his music, he reminded listeners that no matter how dark the night, the light of God's love would shine again. And yet, now the same man who has poured so much comfort into the hearts of others is the one who needs comfort. Hearing his wife's heartfelt words has made the painful moment even more real, more human. Guy Penrod is not just another gospel vocalist. He is a symbol of the genre worldwide. He first became widely known as the lead singer of the famous Gaither Vocal Band, whose stirring harmonies brought uplifting and inspirational music into countless households. His long, flowing hair, warm smile, and sincere voice made him instantly recognizable and unforgettable. Beyond his work with the group, he went on to build a successful solo career, releasing albums that celebrated faith, worship, and the beauty of God's presence. His songs have played in churches, at family gatherings, and during private moments when someone needed just a little encouragement. To many, Guy is more than a musician. His voice has been stitched into the fabric of their personal and spiritual journeys. But now, life has taken an unexpected turn for Guy and his family. Fans were stunned and saddened when his wife courageously shared the news earlier today. According to her, family is enduring an incredibly difficult time that has tested their strength and reminded them of how fleeting life can be. For many, it is almost unthinkable to imagine someone as strong and inspirational as Guy Penrod going through such hardship. Yet, this reality demonstrates that even those who inspire millions must face struggles of their own. Behind the music, behind the stage lights, are men, husbands, and fathers who carry their own heavy burdens. That truth makes this moment all the more difficult to accept. Guy's wife spoke with honesty and emotion, her voice carrying both grief and courage. "This has been the hardest season of our lives," she admitted with tears. She explained that although Guy has always been there for everyone else, this is a time when he desperately needs prayers. She pleaded for love, faith, and privacy as their family clings tightly to hope. Her words deeply touched listeners not only because they revealed pain, but also because they reflected strength and resilience. She reassured everyone that, even in this valley, their faith is guiding them. More than just a statement, her message became a call to action, asking all who have been blessed by Guy's music to lift him up in prayer and support. The impact on fans and the gospel community was immediate. Messages of love and encouragement began pouring in from every direction. Admirers who have followed Guy's career for decades shared stories of how his songs helped them overcome their own hardships, and now they long to give back by helping him heal. Churches, music ministries, and fellow gospel artists have all extended their love, reminding Guy and his family that they are not walking this road alone. His songs have been there at weddings, celebrations, funerals, and in the quiet moments when faith was most needed. For that reason, this news feels like a personal loss to many. Those who once found comfort in his voice now stand ready to offer him comfort. In his hour of sorrow, looking back on Guy Penrod's life, one thing becomes clear: encouragement and hope have always been at the center of his journey. Every note he sang carried faith, and every performance was more than entertainment. It was a reminder of God's love. His passion has never been about fame, but about blessing others. Now, people see his faith being tested in real life. Yet if there is one lesson Guy has always taught through his songs, it is that faith survives hardship. The very words he once sang about perseverance and trust are now becoming his lived reality. Supporters draw strength from this perspective, knowing that the man who ministered through music is still walking faithfully. Even in trial, the world watches Guy Penrod and his family with both sorrow and love. His wife's heartfelt words remind us that faith can remain a beacon of hope even in the deepest grief. This season of his life proves that even the strongest voices sometimes need the strength of others. Now, it is our turn to carry him with our thoughts, prayers, and love. Just as his music lifted us in the past, we are called to lift him now. His faith, once a source of encouragement to countless listeners, is showing us something even greater: the courage to endure suffering with dignity and the hope that brighter days still lie ahead. When we think of Guy Penrod, we think of a voice that has filled homes across the world with hope and belief. His songs have been the soundtrack to countless life events, moments of joy, moments of sorrow, and everything in between. For years, his message has remained simple, yet profound. There is always a reason to hold on to faith, no matter what life brings. And now, as his family walks through their hardest trial, that message feels more urgent and more real than ever. This news is not just about a famous gospel singer. It is about a man of conviction, a devoted husband, a loving father, and a cherished friend. His wife's brave statement shed light on the heavy struggles their family is facing, acknowledging that this season is the hardest they have ever endured. Her honesty reminds us that the man who gave strength to so many now needs strength himself. The response has been overwhelming, fans and gospel communities uniting in love, prayer, and solidarity. It reveals just how deeply his music and his life have touched others. From his early days with the Gaither Vocal Band to his later solo career, Guy has always been more than a performer. His kind smile, his heartfelt lyrics, and his unforgettable voice made him a minister through music. Families listened to his albums together, churches played his songs during worship, and individuals leaned on his lyrics in their most difficult nights. That is why today's news feels so heavy when someone who has been a source of light suddenly walks through darkness. It feels personal. But even now, his life is a living testimony of the truth he has always sung. Faith does not erase suffering, but it gives us the strength to endure it. His wife's message was not long, but it was powerful. By asking for prayers and privacy, she opened a window into their family's struggle, showing both pain and resilience. Her words revealed a family leaning on their faith, on one another, and on the love of the people who support them. The effect has already been seen. Fans are gathering in prayer circles, sending messages, and remembering the comfort Guy's music once brought them. In a way, this trial is uniting people from every walk of life through their shared love of his voice and spirit. This is also a moment to reflect on Guy Penrod's life beyond the stage. He has always been a family man, a man of devotion, and a servant of his faith. His legacy has never been about the spotlight, but about using music to serve God and others. That is why this news resonates so deeply. Is not just about celebrity, but about the bond between an artist and the people whose lives he has touched. As painful as it is, this season also highlights the enduring power of faith. Guy spent his career telling people that hope is possible even in pain. Now his life itself becomes a testimony to that very truth. In the end, this moment is not only about grief, it is also about gratitude. Gratitude for the countless songs that lifted us when we were low. Gratitude for the example of a man who has walked with steadfast faith through both joy and sorrow. Gratitude for a family that, despite the pain, has allowed us to share in their journey. Guy Penrod's story continues, not just as a singer, but as a man of resilience and faith, who shows us that even in hardship, there is reason to hope.